Chapter 9. 191. Yoan, this asshole wants to brawl, Kyle yelled. Yoan said coldly, I heard him. I just can't believe it. Let's beat him up, damn it. Kyle threw a punch at Wilbur's face. Wilbur kicked Kyle to the floor. Yoan and the others were stunned. Wilbur then slapped Yoan on the face. It was a powerful slap, too. Yoan fell headfirst to the floor and passed out. Only Haysent and LaShawn were left standing. They were perplexed by the turn of events. They could not believe their eyes. Wilbur scoffed coldly and got into the car. Ryder gave them a quick glance, then entered the car as well. Run them over, said Wilbur, with a nonchalant expression. Ryder stepped on the accelerator without hesitation. The car barely passed Haysent and LaShawn, knocking the two sports cars out of the way. They then continued to drive toward Gertown. Haysent and LaShawn snapped out of it after Wilbur left. They hurriedly helped Yoan up and tried to wake him up. Yoan spat out a mouthful of blood with a tooth mixed in it. He slowly regained consciousness after a while. Are you all right, Yoan? They panicked because they would be doomed if something happened to Yoan. Yoan shook his head and tried to recall for a long while. He finally remembered what happened. He abruptly stood and shook off their grip. He yelled maniacally, Where's that asshole? He drove off, replied Kyle. Yoan was livid, and he yelled like a beast who was going to devour someone. Find him! Find that asshole for me! I'm going to kill him! No one dared to mess with him in Nishtown. He could not believe that he fell unconscious from a mere slap. His ego was badly bruised. He would not be able to sleep well for the rest of his life if he did not find Wilbur. Kyle immediately said, Find him! We have to find him. I'll contact my bros right away. We have the connections, so we'll chop him to pieces when we find him. That's right. Haysent and LaShawn agreed along. It was around 9 o'clock at night. Wilbur and Ryder finally arrived at Gertown. It was a very remote, small town. The other nearest town was Nishtown, about 100 kilometers away. Ryder called the person in charge when they arrived in town. Soon, an old man with glasses came to their car with his two subordinates. Are you Wilbur Penn? Asked the old man. Wilbur stood next to the car and nodded. The old man shook hands with Wilbur and said, I'm Milo Cooper of the Emerald Province and Cultural Relics Department. We've been waiting for you. Sorry about that. I had things to attend to, said Wilbur nonchalantly. Milo nodded and said, I understand. Let's go to the hotel first. Wilbur nodded and followed along. They soon arrived at the town hotel. The hotel had been reserved. Only the staff of the Cultural Relics Department were staying there. Wilbur, Ryder, and Milo sat in a room. Milo got straight to it by saying, Mr. Penn, Mr. Litwig, I only found out about the Department of Paranormal Research and Defense recently, and I've been requested. But may I ask how your department can help with the cultural relics excavation? Didn't you say something paranormal was going on? Asked Wilbur while frowning. Milo lit a cigarette and replied slowly, It might be a magnetic field or some kind of force field. I don't agree with paranormal explanations.